We begin with the escalating battle over federal troops in Chicago. The president says he will send the National Guard to the city, highlighting Labor Day weekend violence as his reason to intervene. Earlier this morning, Illinois Democratic Congresswoman Delia Ramirez and other lawmakers condemned that deployment. Ramirez said that the move is an effort to target immigrant communities, people of color, and those who disagree with the president's policies.
For him, Donald Trump, abusing the power of the National Guard is not about protecting public safety. It's about control. It's about threatening diverse, successful, Democratic-led cities like Chicago that refuse to bow down to authoritarianism.
Senior Senator Dick Durbin echoed that statement about the president targeting Democratic-led cities. During an interview on CNN, Durbin said if this wasn't political, the president would be targeting cities in Republican-led states that have higher crime rates than Chicago. Senator Durbin also called for a briefing from the Secretary of the Navy. He wants to learn more about what's happening at Great Lakes Naval Training Station. Governor Pritzker says that staging is already underway there. Our Darius Johnson is along the lakefront with more on the developments.
Good morning. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says sources tell him ICE agents and National Guard troops are currently being moved into place and could be here in the city of Chicago as early as next week. The president is now calling Chicago a hellhole, insisting that troops are needed after the holiday weekend's violence. Nearly 60 people were shot and 8 people were killed. The president challenged Governor J.B. Pritzker to call and ask him for help, saying that would make any deployment legal if he's asked to intervene. But Pritzker says that's not happening. His sources confirm federal staging is already underway, with agents and vehicles currently being relocated from Los Angeles to Chicago.
Over the last 2 days, that was the crown jewel. They had, I guess, 9 or 10 killed, and 50 hit with bullets.
He just wants his own secret police force that would do publicity stunts whenever his poll numbers are sinking, whenever his jobs report shows a stagnating economy, whenever he needs another distraction from his failures.
Now, the president's new push comes after a federal judge says the deployment of troops to Los Angeles violated federal law. The Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul says if troops arrive here in the city of Chicago, they will file a similar suit. Reporting along the lakefront here in Chicago this morning, I'm Darius Johnson, CBS News.
Thank you, Darius. In about an hour, the ACLU of Illinois is set to host a virtual town hall. The group's planning to talk about a push for a federal response in Illinois and what to do. Officials with the organization say there is no emergency in Chicago that warrants sending federal forces to the streets. The link to today's meeting, if you're interested in attending, is on the ACLU website.